before I guess what, you guess what. Your mother vacuumed the carpet today. Did you wipe your feet on the mat out there?
What for? My feet are clean.
You sure?
Well, how could they be dirty? I haven't had them out of my shoes all day. Now, guess what?
No. You guess what. Either you're going to go wipe your feet on the mat, or I'm going to wipe my belt on your guess what.
Please. That is no way to talk to a fellow who's just been nominated for president.
I beg your pardon?
I've just been nominated for president of my class.
Oh, well, excuse me. 1,000 apologies, sir. I didn't realize who I was talking to.
Well, it's about time I got a little respect around here.
Mr. President?
Yes, my good man?
Go wipe your feet! Wipe them good. Is it true, or are you kidding me? You really going to be president of your class?
Well, I was just nominated. I'm not going to get elected.
What do you mean you're not going to get elected?
I'm not going to get elected.
Why not?
Because nobody's on my side.
Well, wait a minute. I know somebody who's on your side.
Yeah? Who?
Me.
Thanks, Daddy, but you can't vote. And besides, I'm running against Joey Weber.
So what? The best man always wins.
I thought you said you're on my side.
I am on your side.
But Joey Weber's the best man.
Who says he's the best man?
Well, he is. Everybody knows he is.
Why? What's Joey Weber got that you haven't got?
Votes.
Well, you can get votes, too. I mean, look, in an election, there are two sides. One candidate represents one side, the other candidate represents the other side. Now, which side do you represent?
The losing side.
There must be something to be said in your favor, Russ. After all, the kids wouldn't have nominated you.
What kids? The teacher just said we ought to have somebody to run against Joey to make it a proper election. They called for volunteers, and I'm the only one who raised his hand.
You mean you nominated yourself?
I guess so.
You're your whole party?
Yep.
You mean the only vote you're sure of is yours?
I'm not even sure of that one.
What?
I may vote for Joey myself.
Well, for heaven's sakes, why did you bother to volunteer to run?
Well, because I'd like to be president, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? Would you like to be president?
Yes.
Well, then go after it, boy.
Well, what's the use? I can't win.
I can't win. What kind of... Will you please light somewhere? I don't like this defeatist attitude. What do you mean you can't win? So you're the underdog. Won't be the first time in history that an underdog came from behind and won. The idea is to go out and convince the voters that you're the man for the job. You got to go out and get the votes. Talk to the kids. Convince them.
How?
Talk to them after school during recess.
Are you kidding? As soon as the bell rings, the guys tear out to play ball and the girls go do whatever girls go do.
Well, have a rally.
What's a rally?
It's a political get-together. They have some refreshments and some entertainment to be sure of a turnout, and then the candidate gets a chance to talk to the voters.
Well, who can afford refreshments?
What refreshments? A little lemonade and potato chips or something. What's a big deal?
Where'll I get the entertainment?
Wait a minute, Russ. You're running for president. I'm not. This is your problem. I'm going to solve it for you.
Oh, you're right. If I could only think of a way.
You can think of a way, Russ. You want to be a president, you've got to be a leader. Now, you think you got the qualities to be a leader, you can certainly think of a way to earn a little money to buy some potato chips and lemonade or ice cream and cake or, you know, put on a little entertainment.
You're right. I'm going to think of a way. I'm going up to my room.
Attaboy. That's the way I like to hear you talk, son. Honey, what do you think? Rusty's been nominated for class president.
Oh, well, that's wonderful, Rusty.
Yep, running against Joey Weber.
Well, congratulations, Rusty, and may the better man win.
Isn't anybody on my side? Hi, Daddy.
Hi, son.
Say, Dad, I was thinking about what you told me yesterday.
You mean about being a leader?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Does it hurt?
Does it hurt to be a leader?
No, I mean shaving.
No, of course not.
I guess it's important for a fella to stand on his own 2 feet.
Why? You shave sitting down.
I mean about being a leader.
Oh.
And if a fella is nominated for office, he should really try to win.
You bet.
So that's why I've decided to take your advice and go after the kids and try to get their votes.
Good, good. Now, that's my son talking. Attaboy.
And the first thing I'm going to do is stage a rally, like you said.
Good. Fine. Have you figured out a way to raise the money for the refreshments and entertainment?
Well, I've got a plan.
Good. Now, you follow your plan through. You understand? Don't leave a stone unturned. And whatever you do, don't take no for an answer.
Okay. I want you to give me the money for the refreshments and entertain at the rally.
No.
You told me not to take no for an answer.
Listen.
Fine.
No. The answer is still no. No. That's not story at all. It's a story about the policeman who ran over himself. I tell you, it's a policeman ran over himself. He came home from a hard day of policing, and he said to his wife, honey, would you run over and get me a pack of cigarettes? And she said no, so he ran over himself. I know it's silly. Let's sing, shall we? This is a very special day. The breeze took the clouds all away. It swept the sky like a broom and got ready for a very special day. Hey, this is a very special time. Show me a hill I can climb. Give me a mountain to move, and I'll prove that it's a very special day. I woke up early this morning with gloom on my head, and I had a big feeling to climb right back in bed. And I looked in the mirror, and somebody said, wake up, it's time for you to lose the blues. This is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet, that life is all for living and love is all for giving. Oh, this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll have more entertainment later, if you can call it that. Right now, we come to the highlight of this rally. We're about to hear from that illustrious citizen who has been nominated to the highest office in your class. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, your friend, everybody's friend, Honest Rusty Williams.
I think a president should be a servant of the people. And if I am elected, I will do my best to give you anything you want. Now, anybody want more ice cream and cake? Yeah!
More ice cream coming up. All right. How's the ice cream holding out?
Oh, there's plenty. Enough to elect a mayor and 2 aldermen.
I'll just settle for a class president, huh?
Some president. What's his platform? Vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry?
Come on, honey, you still on that kick?
Do you mean, do I want you to call Rusty's teacher and tell her he's withdrawing from the campaign? Yes, I'm still on that kick.
I'm not going to call the teacher. I don't want him to withdraw. If you'd just come out there, you'd be proud of the boy. You'd see he's taken a great interest in our democratic process.
Seems to me he's taking an interest in an undemocratic process.
What?
Oh, Danny, can't you see? If he wins now, it's not going to be on merit. He's buying his votes with cake, ice cream, and a father who's a great entertainer.
Look, sweetheart, you know a lot about a lot of things, but about politics you know nothing.
I know enough about politics to know that this is dirty politics. The kind that went out with Boss Tweed.
Boss Tweed? For heaven's sakes, don't you want your boy to be president of his class?
Of course I want him to be president. Nothing would please me more. But I want him to be elected because he deserves the job. Not because he's being swept into office on a wave of ice cream and cake.
Oh, now, Kathy.
Oh, don't Kathy me, you mixed up American, you. Oh.
And so for that, she declares that I am making a dishonest, ward-heeling politician out of our son. For a silly thing like that. I mean, she should have been around when I was a kid. Then she'd have seen what a real election rally looks like. We used to go 3 days and 3 nights with the thumping of the tubs and the hot dogs and the hamburgers, and always we had a bonfire. Big bonfire. What a rally. I remember once I was about 9 years old. I'll never forget this as long as I live. The biggest bonfire you ever saw in your whole life, the 2 days before election. But a flame shooting 1,000 feet up in the air and everybody dancing around this big bonfire. And I saw my brothers. They were dancing too. And I was just a kid. And I ran over to my brother Ray. I said, "How come you guys are not in school?" He said, "Schmo, what do you think we're burning?" My wife says I'm making a ward healer out of our son. She just doesn't know. Kids were tough in my day. They weren't coddled like the mothers today. They spoil the kids, especially the boys. It's a terrible thing. Would you believe it? My wife actually pays our son to eat. He's got to be healthy. She pays him a dime to eat his spinach. Imagine paying him a dime to eat his spinach. With food prices what they are, I'll pay him a quarter not to eat. You know, she drives him to school every day. I'm ashamed to say that, but my wife drives our boy to school every morning. Gets up, drives him to school. And we live 4 blocks from the school. When I was a kid, my mother never drove me. And we lived 5 miles from the school. I had to walk through rain and snow and sleet 5 miles. That's why I never went. Me, if I ever raised a hand to my son, my wife says, "Don't do that. Don't you touch that boy. He'll be frustrated. Remember what the psychiatrist says. He'll feel unwanted. He'll feel rejected. You mustn't hit the boy." Bunk. When my father hit me, I didn't feel rejected. I didn't feel unwanted. I felt pain. Only once do I remember my wife saying to me, "Go upstairs and spank that boy." Once. In all the years, she said, "Go upstairs and spank the boy." I rushed up to the room. I dashed in. In the room was a wire herb gun, a toy cannon, a chemistry set, a small H-bomb, poison arrows, and beautiful, gaily colored hand grenades. A father doesn't walk into his son's room anymore. He has to invade it. Where does he get all this stuff? From television. Everything he sees on television, he has got to have. And who buys it for him? His mother. Because she sits in the living room all day and watches the same television show. Which means my dinner is never ready. I'm not complaining, but once in a while they could stop watching television and cook the dinner. But there'll be no more of that. No more. I bought her a beautiful present yesterday that's going to solve this whole problem. From now on, she's going to be able to watch television in the living room and it won't interfere with her cooking. I bought her a frying pan with a 12-foot handle. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I love my wife. And we have a beautiful marriage. And so, you see, that's why I always say, love and marriage, go together like a horse and carriage. But this I tell you, brother, your wife will be your sweetie for life until the gal becomes a mother. And Mr. Brother, you're sunk. And then the prince kissed little Sleeping Beauty, and she woke up. And they were married, and they lived happily ever after. The end. You like that fairy tale?
I like the ones Uncle Benny tells better.
Uncle Benny? That fugitive from a Broadway wax museum? He tells you fairy tales?
Yeah, he tells some good ones.
Is that so? For instance?
Well, he tells Goldilocks and the Three Bookies.
Goldilocks and the Three Bookies?
And Snow White and the All-Dwarf Orchestra.
What else?
And there's a poem about Little Miss Muffet.
No, I should bite my tongue for asking, but how does it go?
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her lox and bagels.
Lox and bagels?
Along came a spider and sat down beside her and said, "What? No cream cheese?"
Oh. And you like those fairy tales better than mine? I think you're just a double crosser, that's all.
Aren't you in bed yet? It's getting late.
Okay, Mommy.
Good night,
night,
darling.
Night, Daddy.
I'll be up to tuck you in.
You, over your mad?
Oh, honey, how can I stay mad at you? Besides, when I got out in the fresh air, I realized that you were probably right and I was probably wrong.
Wow. That's some switch. I mean, a little while ago, I was Boss Tweed.
Darling, there's something I want to say to you.
Sweetheart, let's not talk about Rusty's election anymore. We just quarrel, and you know, we don't look good quarreling.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And I also wanted to say that I'm sorry that I acted in such a childish way.
No, that's okay.
Oh, I was wrong to go off in a huff like that.
Well, you were wrong. Most of the time, I'm the one who's wrong.
Yes, I know. I should have realized, darling, that you were just trying to be a good father. And you were under the impression that you were helping Rusty.
That's right. What do you mean I was under the impression I was helping?
Oh, honey, I'm wrong. Let's forget about the whole thing, I know now that it was presumptuous of me to tell you what's right and what's wrong. I should know now that you're so fair-minded, you would have realized it after you'd thought it out.
I like to be fair, sweetheart.
That's why I love you, darling, because you're always so honest and fair-minded.
Well, I do the best I can.
Your best is very, very good. And now, darling, you'll call Rusty's teacher and tell her that he's withdrawing from the campaign.
You almost did it to me. I am not calling Rusty's teacher. I don't want him to withdraw from the campaign.
Well, you want to be fair, don't you?
What's being fair got to do with it?
Oh, honey, you know and I know that Joey Weber is better qualified for president than Rusty. But he hasn't got a chance because you aren't being fair.
Well, where am I being unfair? Why, because I entertain the kids?
That's right.
Oh, honey, I'm not stopping Joey's father from entertaining him. He can entertain him anytime he wants to.
Joey's father happens to be a butcher. What's he supposed to do? Invite the kids over to watch him pluck a chicken?
No, sweetheart.
Don't give me that sweetheart business. It's a fine thing you're teaching your son, to be a ward healer.
A ward healer?
That's right. That's what you're teaching him. It's like buying votes with sandwiches and beer, teaching him dirty politics. Well, if you want our son to grow up to be a ward healer, the responsibility is on your shoulders.
Well, now, listen, Kathy.
I don't want to discuss it any further.
Oh, I like that. Rusty, a ward healer. That's about the silliest thing I ever heard.
Hey, Daddy.
Huh?
Guess what?
What?
I was just over to Jimmy's. A couple of the guys are there, and they say I'm a cinch to be elected president.
Huh?
Oh, thanks a lot, Daddy.
Yeah, well, that's fine, son.
And, Daddy, I've been thinking.
What?
Now that we know how to win an election, just some ice cream and cake and entertainment, why can't we do the same thing with the Boy Scouts?
What? Do what with the Boy Scouts?
Well, we can invite the troop over and put on a sort of a rally with them and stuff them full of ice cream and cake, and I could get elected patrol leader. How about that, eh, Dad?
Yeah, how about that, eh, Dad?
Sure. And then if it works there, it's a cinch to work with my baseball team. Why, I could even get elected captain. Oh, Daddy, I've got to hand it to you. You're a smart cookie. I'm going up to my room and make out a list of the jobs I can get.
Go ahead. Give me a big, swift one. I got it coming.
I admit it's mighty tempting, but you're not going to get off that easy. Rusty, come down here.
Yes?
Your father wants to talk to you.
You wanted to talk to me, sir?
Yes, I do, son.
Uh-oh, sounds like I'm in trouble. What did I do now?
It's not what you did, it's what I did.
I don't get you.
Look, Russ, this thing has gotten completely out of hand. Now, let's begin at the beginning, huh? Now, the reason your teacher wanted you to volunteer to run against Joey Weber is because she wanted to show you kids in the class how a free people conduct a democratic election.
I know.
Son, you don't know, and please don't interrupt me because this is very important. You see, in some countries, they don't have free elections. There's just one name on the ballot. You vote for that name or else. There's no choice. But in our country, we do have a choice. It's the democratic way. Now, the democratic way guarantees equal opportunity to everyone. Now, that means that each candidate gets a chance to be heard by the voters. And then the voters have a chance to judge each candidate on his merits.
But that's what we did. We gave the kids a chance to judge my merit.
No, sweetheart. We gave the kids a chance to judge the ice cream and the entertainment.
But you said yourself that politicians always have rallies with entertainment and food and...
I know, but both sides have them. In this case, only one side had a rally, our side. You see, Joey's father is not in a position to give a rally like we did. You see, we used privilege instead of merit. Now, that's not democracy, is it?
Well, if you look at it that way, no, I guess it isn't.
No, it isn't. Now, what do you think we ought to do about it?
I think we ought to have another rally.
Why, you little... Here I knock myself out to give you the true picture of democracy, and you want to have another rally?
Yeah, for Joey Weber.
I don't care who it's... Joey Weber?
Yeah, you know, equal opportunity.
You know, I never thought I'd live to see the day where I'd help you lose at anything. But this is one time I'm happy to do it. Okay, we'll have a rally for Joey Weber right here in our house.
One thing, though, Dad.
What's that?
Don't be too good, huh?
Okay, goodbye. Okay,
Don't
bye.
forget who gave the party, too. Bye. See you in school.
Okay.
Bye.
Don't forget who gave the party. That's enough with the parties already. That's 2 rallies in 3 days. You know, that's more action than you have on a holiday weekend at the Chez Paris.
You certainly gave them a fine lesson in democracy.
Yeah, and they had so much fun at the rallies that they've nominated 2 more candidates.
You mean...
Yes, 2 more rallies.